Welcome to the Federal Executive Board's 35th Annual Wings of Excellence Recognition and Awards Program. I am Maury Haymore, Training Specialist with the Defense Finance and Accounting Service in Cleveland, and I will be your host for today's virtual program. Thank you for joining us here today. It is my great pleasure to introduce our first speaker, Sandy Opasek. Sandy Opasek has served as the 15th Clerk of Court for the United States District Court for the Northern District of Ohio since 2017. Sandy joined the court in 2013 and served as its Human Resources Director until her appointment as Clerk of Court. She was elected as co-chair of the Cleveland Federal Executive Board for 2020 and assumed the duties of chair in 2021. Please join me in welcoming Sandy Opasek.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the federal community. Welcome to the Wings of Excellence Awards. My name is Sandy Opasek, and I am the chairperson of the Cleveland Federal Executive Board. The Federal Executive Board designed the Wings of Excellence Awards over 35 years ago. The purpose of these awards is to recognize those employees whose outstanding performance, either on or off the job, has served as an inspiration to others and brought credit to federal service. Awardees may be recognized for on-the-job performance, community service, or both. As we all know, this past year has been filled with truly remarkable challenges. However, our federal workforce rose to the occasion and made extraordinary accomplishments in spite of challenges faced at work and at home. While we are not out of the woods yet, our workforce has shown that they are equipped to lead the nation in this moment. Although our celebration may be different this year, our excitement and sincerity in thanking our federal workers is as heartfelt as ever. I offer my warmest congratulations to all recipients of the 2021 Wings of Excellence Award. Our hope is that you will enjoy today's ceremony as we honor you for your service to our country.
We invite you to stand for the singing of the National Anthem by Aisha Douglas of the Defense Finance and Accounting Service.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you to Aisha Douglas. Anna Vaduris, Executive Director of the Cleveland Federal Executive Board, will now provide a brief overview of the board's work. Following this, we will hear a message of congratulations from U.S. Senator Rob Portman. Then, we will hear from Marlena Hudson, Chief of the Employee and Organization Development Division at Glenn Research Center.
Greetings. My name is Anna Vaduris, and I am the Executive Director of the Cleveland Federal Executive Board. The Cleveland Federal Executive Board was established by presidential order in 1966. We serve over 25,000 federal employees in 44 counties throughout Northeast Ohio. Our purpose is multifold. The FEB provides a forum for cooperation, communication, and collaboration among 95 federal agencies. We support numerous workforce development projects, including our beloved Wings of Excellence Awards. These awards highlight the best of many accomplishments of our outstanding federal employees for the past year. Because of the unique alliance among the federal agencies, we also provide a central focus for participation in the community, while strengthening the coordination of agency activities in support of presidential initiatives.
Hi, I'm U.S. Senator Rob Portman. I want to congratulate all of the more than 80 recipients of this year's Wings of Excellence Award for your outstanding federal government service to the Cleveland community. Over the course of the past year, all of you have embodied what it means to be a public servant through your work and your conduct, and you set an example for others to follow. Your commitment to service through the challenges of COVID-19 and all that's involved has really been critical, and I thank you for your efforts. I also want to thank Sandy Opasek for her leadership here at the Cleveland Federal Executive Board, and NASA for serving as the lead organization for this year's awards to recognize these exemplary government employees. Congrats on this award, and thanks for your service, both to the Cleveland community and to our country.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marlena Hudson, and I'm Chief of the Employee and Organizational Development Division at Glenn Research Center. I am also serving as this year's Wings of Excellence chairperson, and NASA couldn't be more excited to host this year's virtual event. I also have the distinct pleasure of introducing this year's keynote speaker, who is also from NASA, Dr. Marla Perez Davis. Dr. Marla Perez Davis is the director of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration's John H. Glenn Research Center in Cleveland. She is responsible for the planning, organizing, and directing of the agency-level projects and programs assigned to the center. Dr. Perez Davis has been with Glenn Research Center since 1983 and has held several key leadership positions, including Deputy Director of the Research and Engineering Directorate, Director of the Aeronautics Research Office, Chief of the Project Liaison and Integration Office, and Chief of the Electrochemistry Branch. Dr. Perez Davis is a native of Puerto Rico. She earned her bachelor's degree from the University of Puerto Rico, her master's degree from the University of Toledo, and her PhD from Case West Reserve University in Chemical Engineering. She has been the recipient of numerous NASA awards, including the NASA Outstanding Leadership Medal and the prestigious Presidential Rank Award for Meritorious Executives, and many other awards. We are so lucky to have her at Glenn Research Center. Welcome, Dr. Marla Perez Davis.
Thank you for inviting me to speak at this year's Wing of Excellence Virtual Award ceremony. I would like to personally thank Sandy, Pamela, Anna, and the Cleveland Federal Executive Board for the invitation. And I look forward to hearing more about the great public service work taking place across the greater Cleveland area. This past year has certainly been trying for all of us. We have had to make many significant changes in our work lives, our personal lives, and everywhere in between to remain vigilant and safe. Many of these changes have come of great cost, both personal and professional, and those sacrifices should not be forgotten. But today, we are here to celebrate, to recognize the good, to commend your exemplary accomplishments, and to honor those we serve by continuing our unwavering commitment to public service. Public service is perhaps the greatest calling one can undertake when looking for a career. Our line of work can be extremely rewarding, but it takes softness, a lot of tireless, and sometimes thankless work, if we're being honest, and most of all, dedication to your fellow Americans. Public servants embody all that is good about America, because we see America in all of you. We may come from different backgrounds, places, creeds, but we are America. and the work we do as public servants changes all of our lives for the better. It breaks barriers, it pushes the edge of the technological envelope, and it inspires our children toward a better, brighter future. We have borne witness to the positive things public service can do in the face of unimaginable adversity, just as we saw with the spread of coronavirus across our country. We brought to bear the might of the federal, state, and local government as multiple departments, agencies, and units stepped up to support and supplement our frontline healthcare workers to provide logistic support to bring innovative solutions to solving problems and to provide other much-needed services. And the support of our nation's public servants continues today, right now, as vaccines are being distributed across the country. And I could not be prouder to virtually stand before this group today to celebrate and thank you. I have witnessed firsthand throughout my 30-plus year career at NASA that public servants are some of the most competent, adaptable, caring people in the workplace. From the very basic of planning, execution, and performance to the most difficult task in all business, leadership. You can be counted on when things are good, and especially when they go bad, and there's no one else to call. But to survive and thrive as leaders, especially in today's world, we need to come together, remain vigilant, be flexible, and employ three main qualities that, in my opinion, are critical to strong leadership. These qualities, competency, integrity, and empathy, are essential to being successful as a leader, not just a manager. And our current situation requires that we all practice them in every interaction we have at work, on the computer, at home, and in life. First, you must be competent in the area you are now asked to lead. Do you have the required skills to understand the work, assess the situation, and take action to ensure your goals or missions are achieved? If you can't answer yes to this question, then you may not be ready to lead. A competent leader can also perform under pressure, being resilient and resourceful to ensure our teams have the tools to be successful. And as leaders, we must provide humility, vision, and inspiration to our teams to guarantee their understanding, buy-in, and motivation to achieve positive outcomes. Beyond being competent in your job, people look for integrity in their leaders. They must have confidence that their management will do the right thing in the best interest of the group, no matter the outcomes, consequences, or impacts to their reputation. As leaders, we must be comfortable asking tough questions, addressing issues head-on, and driving constant positive change for our teams. And when things go wrong or someone makes a mistake, a leader must take the blame and not pass it. Make no mistake, being a good leader is a privilege and one that requires sacrifice. Perhaps most critical of all, a leader must have empathy for the people under your guide. Empathy cannot be fake. It is one thing our people will instinctively know. We must be authentic and transparent, or as transparent as possible, in all of our interactions with our teams and colleagues. The opportunities to build respect, trust, and rapport with your people are few, so please don't waste them. Embracing these three qualities will help us lead our team through the unique challenges of today: remote working, sickness, loss of loved one, frustration, and boredom. And it will ensure our organization come out on the other side stronger, more adaptable, and more capable. We're starting to turn a corner against this pandemic, which is good, and we're all excited to get back to some new normal. This situation has pushed us all to the brink and made us work harder, smarter, and hold dearer those things that mean the most to us. For better or worse, the coronavirus has changed us all, and it has certainly changed the way leaders lead. It has shown the real leaders for those who just manage people. You are at this ceremony for a reason. You are outstanding performers. You embody all that is good about public service, and you have what it takes to be a great leader. but it is up to you to decide what kind of leader you want to be and how best you can use your talents to impact the lives of your people, those we serve, and our country. And when the next major challenge hits our shores, the nation will once again look to its public servants for response and support in dire times. And with the right plans, the right resources, and all of you, we will be successful. Thank you again for inviting me today, and most importantly, thank you for your service. The work you do is vital, and it makes a difference. The achievements and successes we celebrate today are just another chapter in the legacy of civil service, and I look forward to the things you will accomplish in the future. Take care of yourselves and take care of your people.
Thank you, Dr. Perez Davis, for those inspiring words. We will now move on to the presentation of awards segment of the program. We will recognize today's award winners one agency at a time in alphabetical order. Each agency will share a message of congratulations after their award winners are named. We will begin with the Defense Contract Management Agency. We will recognize and congratulate the following 2 Wings of Excellence Award winners from the Defense Contract Management Agency. Kevin J. Harder, Robert Cern.
Good morning. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Deanne Ojeda, Commander of DCMA Cleveland. On behalf of myself, my deputy Guy Stevens, the DCMA Cleveland, and the Dayton CMO, I'd like to congratulate all the recipients of the 2021 Wings of Excellence Award. Specifically, I'd like to send a shout out and a congratulations to Kevin Harder and Rob Cern from DCMA Cleveland. We appreciate all your hard work and dedication and all the support you give the agency every day. Go Cleveland.
We recognize and congratulate the following 15 Wings of Excellence Award winners from the Defense Finance and Accounting Service. Darlene Asbury, Stephen Caldwell, Brittany Selmar, Rose S. Creasy, Gary Franklin Jr., Michelle Hoffman, Bridget D. Jameson, Ramona Kilzer, Jeremy Mahone, Kevin McMahon, Valerie A. Street, Jeff Strominger, Stephanie Toomey, Ginger D. Townsell, Danielle Wanton.
Hi, I'm Bob Edwards, the Director of DFAS Cleveland. And on behalf of the entire DFAS Cleveland family, I just want to say congratulations to the winners of our teammates in this year's Wings of Excellence. I want to thank the FEB for putting this on each and every year, and most importantly, for being able to do it in this trying time this year and make this a possibility. We have a way in Cleveland, and it's called the Cleveland Way, and that's to work hard, to work smart, and work together. And our Cleveland DFAS winners this year have really exemplified that. They have gone well above and beyond that which we've expected them to do. And in each and every case, they've not only taken care of their customers, they've taken care of their teammates. So I want to thank you again. Job well done.
We recognize and congratulate the following 12 Wings of Excellence Award winners from the NASA Glenn Research Center. Carol Brown, James P. Burke, Rochelle Gallagher, Louis R. Galmarini, Natalie L. Henrick, Charles Hoff, Kelly Eisen, Jonathan L. Kratz, Gretchen Morales Valle, Elaine A. Pappas, Christine C. Stashak, Angela D. Wendell.
I wanted to take a moment to send all of our NASA Glenn Wings of Excellence honorees a personal congratulations on all you have accomplished. Natalie, Angela, Elaine, James, Kelly, Gretchen, Charles, Jonathan, Carol, Lou, Christine, and Rochelle. Thank you for your contributions to the NASA Glenn family and the greater Cleveland community. As I said in my opening remarks, public service is the greatest career path anyone can choose, and I am especially honored that you have chosen to serve with NASA. Even in the midst of the pandemic, you exemplify our 7 expected behavior, NASA mission, and have proven to be resourceful, resilient, and above all, dedicated public servants. I am so proud of you, and I'm thankful for all that you do for NASA Glenn, for our community, and yourself.
We recognize and congratulate the following 11 Wings of Excellence Award winners from the U.S. Coast Guard. Bradley Ashworth, Keith Ayat, Ron Barron, Ian Duffy, Lee E. Gibbs, Teresa Henry, Stephen T. Lynch, Aaliyah J. Monroe, Paul Pleiss, Zechariah C. Taylor, Thomas Wallace.
Congratulations to all the Coast Guard's 2021 Wings of Excellence Award winners. This past year was certainly challenging, but I'm very proud of how the Coast Guard units and personnel in the 9th District persevered, making a difference at work and in their communities. All 12 of the Coast Guard Wings of Excellence Awards winners deserve a special thank you. You were all selected due to your especially noteworthy contributions during this time period. You collectively represent a mix of personnel running the gamut from junior military members to more senior civilians and everywhere in between. Some of you are operators on the front lines that were involved in rescue cases. Others provided critical support behind the scenes to ensure operations continue not only here locally in Cleveland, but across the Great Lake regions and in some cases across the entire Coast Guard. Thank you for your exceptionalism and Semper Paratus.
We recognize and congratulate the following Wings of Excellence Award winner from the U.S. Department of Education, Office for Civil Rights. Donald S. Yarb,
Good morning. My name is Meena More Chandra. I'm the Regional Director of the United States Department of Education Office for Civil Rights, Region 15 in Cleveland, Ohio, which oversees the states of Ohio and Michigan. I'm pleased to announce that I'm nominating Donald S. Yarb for his extraordinary 30 years of service to the Office for Civil Rights. During these 30 years, as a team leader and supervisory attorney, and as a staff attorney prior, Mr. Yarb has either overseen or personally investigated thousands of civil rights cases. He provided critical training, mentoring, and leadership development for staff and managers alike. He assisted with the hiring of scores of OCR employees, helping shape the agency for an entire generation. He is a nationally recognized expert in civil rights cases involving students with limited English proficiency and students with disabilities. Mr. Yarb formed deep, long-lasting relationships with stakeholders at state agencies and school districts across Ohio and Michigan that resulted in direct impact and services to thousands of students. Congratulations, Donald, and thank you on behalf of Region 15, the agency, the department, and the thousands of students you've impacted. Congratulations.
We recognize and congratulate the following 4 Wings of Excellence Award winners from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Office of Medicare Hearings and Appeals. Aaron Brown, Rachel H. Maxwell, Colleen C. O'Malley, Stephen M. Jelinek,
Hello, I'm Associate Chief Administrative Law Judge Jonathan Elliott, and I'm pleased to announce the 2021 Wings of Excellence Award winners for the Office of Medicare Hearings and Appeals. Legal assistants Colleen O'Malley and Rachel Maxwell are being recognized today for their contributions to the in-office legal support during the COVID-19 pandemic. They regularly ventured into the office to complete mission-critical functions that could only be performed on-site. I commend them today for their exceptional service. Supervisory Attorney Advisor Erin Brown contributed immensely to the success of the agency's Central Operations Division. Not only did she provide essential leadership and legal expertise, but she played a pivotal role in the agency's electronic workload conversion. Hearing Office Director Steve Jelinek is being recognized today for his executive leadership and commitment to public service. When faced with the unique challenges of a global pandemic, Steve excelled and was central to the agency's continued operational success. Please join me today in congratulating these 4 deserving individuals.
We recognize and congratulate the following 6 Wings of Excellence Award winners from the U.S. Department of Justice, United States Attorney's Office, Northern District of Ohio. John L. Flanagan IV, Michael S. Gottschalk, Robin L. Messinger, Elizabeth Nikoloff, Jeffrey Oliar, Randy S. Smith.
Hello, I'm Bridget Brennan, the acting U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Ohio, and I'd really like to thank the Cleveland Federal Executive Board for recognizing our office's IT department as one of this year's Wings of Excellence Award recipients. When this pandemic hit, we could not even fathom at that time all that we would be asking our IT department to accomplish, and much of what they accomplished, they did so almost overnight by facilitating more than 200 employees and contractors suddenly moving to telework. They overcame every challenge thrown their way. Their teamwork, ingenuity, flexibility, and most of all, their patience, especially the patience they showed to so many employees trying to telework for the first time, and so many attorneys trying to participate in court hearings remotely for the first time, was a true testament to their professionalism and their excellence. So with that, congratulations to Mike, Robin, Jeff, Betsy, Randy, and John.
We recognize and congratulate the following 3 Wings of Excellence Award winners from the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Connie Davis, Deanna R. Jackson, Sal Lopez,
Hi, my name is Karen McDonough, and I'm from the United States Equal Employment Opportunities Cleveland Field Office. Today, I'm here to recognize excellence of 3 colleagues of mine that work to stop and remedy unlawful employment discrimination in the workforce by enforcing the federal laws that prohibit employment discrimination. Those 3 individuals are Deanna R. Jackson, Salvatore Lopez, and Connie Davis. Deanna Jackson continually exhibits excellence in bringing parties together and resolving cases through mediation. Her rate is above 90%. She deals with some of the most complex cases that walk in our doors. Thank you, Deanna, for your excellence. Second, Salvatore Lopez, an investigator, employs many different modalities, aiming at stopping and remedying employment discrimination. From his counseling at the early stages, to his investigation, to his conciliation, and also working with our legal department. Thank you, Sal, for your long-term commitment and continued dedication. The last person, definitely not least, is Connie Davis, a long-term colleague of mine, who continually is there at the front door, at the front of the house in Cleveland, counseling individuals, working with employers, and training investigators, and making sure there's integrity in our process. Thank you, Connie, for your continued dedication to civil rights and employment discrimination.
We recognize and congratulate the following Wings of Excellence Award winner from the U.S. General Services Administration: Evan Schultz.
Leadership at GSA would like to congratulate our awardee for the Wings of Excellence Award this year, Evan Schultz. Thanks so much for all of your hard work and dedication, Evan.
We recognize and congratulate the following 6 Wings of Excellence Award winners from the U.S. Postal Service: Vince Barber, Michael Calvey, Dawn Jerson, Floyd Klein, Charles Riley, Rosalind Street,
Good morning. My name is Susan Taylor. I am the District Manager for the Northern Ohio District of the U.S. Postal Service. We come today together for the 35th Annual Federal Executive Board Awards for the Wings of Excellence. This is a great award because it not only recognizes exemplary federal service, but also your involvement in your community and giving back. Through this trying times in the last year with the pandemic, giving back to our communities is even more important now than it ever was. I'm proud to say we have 6 recipients from the Postal Service, and that's a select few of our 6,000 plus employees. So I'd like to say congratulations to Rose Street, the Business Development Specialist, Charles Riley, our Manager of South Arlington and Akron, Floyd Klein, the Manager of Pearlbrook Station in Cleveland, Vince Barber, our Acting Manager, Address Management Systems, Dawn Jerson, Mailing Standards Specialist, and Mike Calvey, Budget Analyst. And this is a prestigious award. You should be very proud of everything you've done for your Postal Service and your community. Thank you and congratulations to all the recipients from every federal agency for the Wings of Excellence.
We recognize and congratulate the following 2 Wings of Excellence Award winners from the U.S. Small Business Administration: Gil Goldberg, Gary Pendleton II.
My name is Gil Goldberg, and I'm the Director of the Small Business Administration here in Northern Ohio. We're here today to honor Gary Pendleton and to recognize him as the SBA's winner of the Wings of Excellence Award. Gary joined us about a year ago at the beginning of the SBA effort to help small businesses get through the pandemic. Gary has played a vital role in that process. He's been our go-to person for the economic injury disaster loans that have helped businesses thus far survive the pandemic. We hope that they will then be able to emerge a few months from now on the other side of the pandemic based on Gary's work. So I want to congratulate Gary as our go-to person for EIDL loans and as the winner of the Wings of Excellence Award for the Small Business Administration. Congratulations, Gary. Good job.
We recognize and congratulate the following 15 Wings of Excellence Award winners from the VA Northeast Ohio Healthcare System: Christina M. Angel, Mark Bell, Stephen K. Brown, Autumn D. Conley Clark, Maya L. Davis, Brooke J. DeVito, Jessica C. Ellis, Natalie A. Mandel, Daryl Oden, Alice D. Pestrilli, Lindsay N. Roberts, Lawrence A. Schmidt, Mark F. Simmons, Delmas E. Stubbs, Michael Teat,
Hi, everyone. On behalf of VA Northeast Ohio Healthcare System's entire executive leadership team, congratulations. As we mark the 35th anniversary of the Cleveland Federal Executive Board's Wings of Excellence Awards, it is important that we recognize the contributions of federal employees both to the federal government and to their community throughout history. For VA, our motto is serving those who have served, and together with all federal employees, the heart of our mission is service. Federal service is a noble mission that requires compassion, dedication, and a belief in something greater than one's own personal gain. You work daily to support your fellow citizens in the execution of the federal government, often without praise or acknowledgement of the impact you make. Your impact, though, is immeasurable because you keep essential services running for so many who need you. You also contribute to your communities through volunteer efforts that often rival your work hours. We are lucky in Northeast Ohio to have such a diverse, talented, dedicated pool of civil servants, and I am proud to join with my fellow agencies in celebrating your accomplishments. You bring great credit to your agencies and to our federal workforce. Congratulations, and thank you for everything that you do.
Congratulations to all of our 2021 Wings of Excellence Award winners. We will now take a few moments to publicly recognize our 2020 award winners, something we were not able to do last year. Please join us in recognizing these 2020 Federal Executive Board Wings of Excellence Award winners for their outstanding contributions. To all of our Wings of Excellence Award winners, congratulations, and thank you to all who participated in this virtual celebration. Anna Viduras will now provide closing remarks.
Thank you, Maury, and congratulations to all our very deserving Wings of Excellence Award winners. I would like to thank this year's host agency, NASA Glenn Research Center, the Center Director, Dr. Perez Davis, our keynote speaker, NASA Glenn's Employee and Organizational Development Chief, Marlena Hudson, who coordinated this year's event, as well as to Betsy, Jill, and Fred, who actively served on the committee, and everyone else who helped make this virtual celebration possible. Finally, I thank all of you who have taken the time to be a part of this special event. We encourage you to continue celebrating the achievements of these extraordinarily public servants by sharing this presentation with others, as a reminder to all of us of the unique contribution that every federal employee makes to the greater good.